Hello and welcome to the first episode of Gaming in the Yesteryears. Today I'm going to talk about my memories that I had with the game Ultima Online. Ultima Online was my first real MMO that I have ever played. And I found out about this game through my friend named Steven. And me and Steven both played this game a lot. It was after school. I was a boy 15 years old, and basic computer first game that was ever to be played on here was Ultima Online. And Ultima Online gave me a way to actually play a game with my friend, and this is the first game I felt the greatest passion for. The music, right now the song you hear right now is Ultima Online Stones, and this is the login screen music. And anyway, the memories I had was I'd come home after school, sit my butt down in front of the family computer, and I'd boot up Ultima Online, and I'd play with my neighbor, my friend Steven, who got me into this game, and we would just go on, run around town, practice our skills to get him up higher, and we would just run around and kill monsters, go in graveyards, dig up bodies to see if someone's got gold on them, or what he would practice do was practice stealth and stealing, so he could steal people's items in their bag. And what we used to do was just talk to the person at the bank like I would, like, oh, hi, hello, how are you? Just engage in conversation while my friend Steven would just sneak up behind him in stealth and snoop in their bag. No joke, this skill was called snooping. It allowed access to you sneaking to look in someone's backpack and for their items, and then you had to use a different skill called stealing to steal however you were good at with skills. And this was actually the first login screen I've ever seen with Ultima Online, and it was just a great game for just my youth. And one of the stories was we left a server, or in a sense Ultima Online called them shards. It was a free shard, and we played on a shard called Mytharia. Mytharia was the biggest one that I fell in love with. The community, the people, and I decided to roll a mage, just to practice my mage skills and see how good they, just level them up, whatever, no problem, just practice, use casting spells to get better at them. And one day, Steven and I, he had an idea of, it's like, hey, let's go raid the Drow Undercity for loot and treasure. And, me being an elf, he played a human, both thought it was a good idea to go, yeah, let's go. And playing was just so fun, but we got to the Drow City, we ran past all the monsters, I remember saving up all the gold just to get a horse so I could do this. And we get in the Undercity. We race all past the monsters. And we get in. And the first thing we did was stable our horses at the horse posts. And nobody was there. Just not a single soul was online for the Drow City. And we're like, oh boy, this is gonna be great. We find a treasure chest that has all the items in it, and we loaded up on the gold as much as we can carry, some iron ingots, which was a lot, but we dropped it, and we ended up just taking all the bag of reagents that you'd use to cast spells with, and a couple swords and whatever. So, like a quick smash and grab, really. But out of nowhere, we see off on the corner of the screen two names appear, and we decided to go, oh no, you know, like here it says Lord, like the blue text here appears on the corner of the screen coming in. And we're like, oh no, and then we gotta hide, and none of us had hide skills, so we decided to hide, you know, in the walls somewhere where hopefully they couldn't see us. But one of them decided to use a skill that he learned decided to level up, which was called tracking. And tracking is a very good ranger skill. And he found us, and he's like, alright, come out of there. And I was like, oh man, you know, he caught us. And this is a role-playing server, a shard too, so yeah, so we actually had to play it all out. So we're like, darn, he found us, and upon finding us, he locked us in prison. And me and Steven are both sitting in prison like idiots, like, oh man, you know, we had to give up everything we stole. And we're like, oh man, this is stupid, we got caught, you know, whatever. And then one of them decides to go, you know what, I'm tired of looking at this horse. He just goes up and he just murders my horse outright. He pulls out his weapon and he's just kills my horse outright. And I see my horse just keel over and die. It was like on the top of the screen, it was like barely there. I just see my horse just die. And the rage I felt, because I fell in love with that horse. It was my horse. I spent a lot of gold trying to get it, and gold was hard to come by in this server. And remember, I'm a boy at 15 playing this game, getting attached to a horse online that was my horse, and I felt so much passion for this, and I couldn't live. So I was like, you know what, Steven, get my items, because the one of the drow put a beehive in front of the door, so if you try to open up the door, you couldn't walk through. It was like a table, so you couldn't walk through the object. And once he put it down, he was like, uh-oh, this is a problem, I can't pick it back up. So so they killed my horse and locked us in jail and glitched us in jail so we can't get out. I decided to go, you know what, I can't do it no more. So I told Steven to take my items when I die. And so I put in the command .suicide, and you just see, and my character just keel over and die. So he keeled over and died, and Steven was like, oh boy, this is weird. And of course, Steven grabbed all my money and all my items and everything. And I can walk through doors, but you can't walk through a lot of things. And I tried phasing through this door. So I phased through the door, I'm sitting there just rubber banding back, because the table's right there, this little beehive table. So I'm phasing through, and I get through, and I run all the way. I bolt back. I just leave as a ghost, going ooh, just making ghost noises. I run out of town, or run out of the Drow Undercity, all the way back to the town of New Dawn. So I run all the way back to New Dawn. I revive, and I was like, well, this is good that I'm alive again. Steven didn't get back into town until 2 days later, so his character spent 2 days in jail, just rotting in jail. But he's still alive though, and that was my first experience of a real adventure that kept me into this world of Ultima Online, the land of Caesarea and Britannia. It was just amazing. It immersed me, and I felt like I had a part in this game. Apart from meeting just my friend, I ended up meeting more people through simple things. This guy, I remember his name was like Yellowknife or something like that. He was like I don't know if he was a GM or not, but he was like an important character in this world. Like, he was a mage too, but he was like he had every spell you can imagine that you can get your hands on. And I kept bugging him because I kept trying to find the spell for summon. I was like, oh, I want summon. I want to be able to have, to be useful like that. I just want to be useful. Well, that didn't come, and I felt weak. I was like, man, I'm just gonna be weak. I'm not gonna be useful to anybody. Like, here's everybody making items to sell and being useful and stuff like that, and I felt not important. But my time came. One day I was just sitting above the town gate, just sitting on a bench, just chatting with somebody, just some random person. We were having it was like a 15-minute long chat. We were just talking back and forth. Out of nowhere, we see nameplates of black slime. And it's not just one or two. There was like 50 of these nameplates that showed up. And I was like, oh boy. This is not pretty. And on the bottom of the screen, like down on the left side of the screen, it said, invasion of black slime have appeared. And I was like, oh no. I told him to go get help or warn the town. He didn't do it. He just sat there like an oaf. I can stump on a log. I was like, oh boy. I ran down and I see him like swarming into this. They're into the town. They're corralling in this little gateway. Luckily, I opened up the door just enough to cast a spell, and that was Stone Wall. And I laid Stone Wall right in front of the door. It's like, oh boy, this is gonna get awkward. So once I laid it, I shut the door because you have to have line of sight. So the moment I shut the door, there was a stone wall in front of it, and then I closed the door and laid it 2 more stone walls, hopefully to buy me some time. I run back into town, just run in, I yell, warning, I was like, guys, go save yourselves, flee while you can, there's black slimes are coming, they will destroy you. And I managed, a couple people left, they logged off, and 2 people helped me fight back, and I did my job. I cast my spells left and right, just saving everybody, and one person was like, oh no, he was just a simple healer. Healing is done by bandages or you can cast your spell. He ran, and luckily I laid a stone wall behind him as he ran, saving him. And I sit there and cast my spells, killing black slimes whenever I can. I lost robes, my pants, and I think my staff as well, because black slimes dissolve your armor. And after the invasion was over, it was like this big weight off of my shoulders, and my heart was beating and racing. And I've been on this server for about a year and a half. So I was 16 and almost 17, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so relieved. And this game, Ultima Online, never had what I've thought an impact on my life for being the first MMO I have ever played. And I honestly say that it'll still hold a special place in my heart to this very day. Even though I don't play it anymore, it's still going to this very day. People are still, having adventures in the lands of Cesaria. And I just thought I would just take the time to show, a game that I hold true to my heart this very day, and my memories of it. Well, so I ended up joining another server later after Mytharia shut down. Mytharia was up for 2 years before shutting down, and I ended up joining another one. I forgot what it was called, but I ended up becoming well enough in the community for once that I actually started a new race. And in Ultima, there's custom stuff people can make all the time. You can play a fae if you want, a shapeshifter, a lizard man, a lizard folk, a human elf, dwarf, all that. If people put it in the script. But I ended up playing a dragon later, I had to fill out an actual form online and I submitted to the GMs, and they're like, you know, we would very much like a dragon. I was like, okay, cool. You know, I picked, you know, Earth Dragon. That's what I was. And they made me follow through a strict line because I had to be a lizard man for like a week, and then I would become a dragon, or a young dragon, which would be a drake, and then after that I would be, you know, full-grown dragon with my own thing that I had. And apparently it started catching on, where I had 3 other people join in. One being a cosmic dragon, another one was fire, the other one was wind, and we had our own special area where we would commune. And I felt so involved. That was the first time I felt so involved in anything. And like, I just keep going. I just this game was just beautiful. Apart from but a lot of times the dark side was the PKers. These PKers were the most grievous thing ever. They would go around and just... I fell victim to this before, but I still keep coming back to this game. Where they would just, out of nowhere, oh look, it's a random person running along the countryside road going to this new city. Cast Paralyze, and they just walk up to me and kill me outright. I'm like, really? And then they just steal all my items. I was like, you're kidding me. That was the first time I met Grievers and PKers, or player killers. It's the first time I encountered that. And I took a lot of precautions to avoid them. But that led me into fighting Minotaurs and Earth Elementals and spiders and God knows what while running around in the wilderness. But once I found a good foothold, I didn't want to leave. But eventually, I did leave. I just stopped playing. I started at 15 years old, and I didn't stop playing until I was about 20. And then I came back to play, you know, when I was 22. And I thought it would just be nice to share, you know, a game that I hold dear, and the memories I had with this game growing up in my teenage years. So, this has been Revolt Woody. See you later.